viewers, and welcome to part 3 of our DriveClub Gamescom coverage. And part 2 of our developer interview. Let's go across and see what they have to say.
So Evolution Studios have always had a heritage for world-class racing games. On PlayStation 2 we focused on the World Rally Championship series, and then on PlayStation 3 the multi-million selling MotorStorm series as well. And with MotorStorm we really tried to build a strong and passionate community around that game. So with PlayStation 4, and with the fact that we've had DriveClub in mind for almost 9 years now, that concept of building up a game that's about car culture and the passion that creates, how excited people are to race some of the best cars in the world, and DriveClub only has the best of each model car, and give you a sense of what that feels like, allow you to share that experience with your friends, regardless of whether they're from an arcade racing background or they take the racing much more seriously, simulation background, and really give them an experience of how these cars feel in real life, how much fun it is to race with them. Obviously PlayStation 4 has empowered that as well, so that we can, at every section of every track, we can challenge you based on your friend's performance or somebody that's been through that section of the track recently, or the best racers in the world if you're up there with them, as well as the club members that you're racing alongside as well. But with PlayStation 4 it allows us that social connectivity immediately within the race, so it's not just the leaderboards outside of the race, it's not just challenges around the races themselves, although obviously they are in there, they're important as well. Actually, while you're racing around the track, there's things being thrown at you, there's new challenges, so if you're way ahead of the rest of the pack, you're still being tested, you've still got something to play for. If you're way behind because you make a mistake at the first corner or halfway around the track, you've still got a lot to play for as well. And that sort of mentality of always giving the player something to play for, regardless of how good or not quite as good they are, that's what's driven us, that's what's driving DriveClub. So from a community point of view, every single week we'll be giving you something new to play for. So there'll be new challenges available, there'll be new tournaments available, there'll be new sort of more serious competitions going on as well for the more serious and competitive players. But that underlines everything that we want to do, give you something to play for, give you something to get your teeth into and have fun playing DriveClub with your friends.
Evolution, we're petrol heads at the end of the day. We worked on WRC, MotorStorm, and now DriveClub, and racing cars is kind of our heritage, our background. And it's been a real kind of desire and dream within the team to get back to working with real cars. We really enjoyed that time in WRC days, working with real car manufacturers. And MotorStorm was obviously a big departure from that, and we did something very different. And we absolutely love the time on MotorStorm, and it's something that hopefully in the future we'll revisit. But right now, the PlayStation 4 and DriveClub just are kind of made for one another. All the social features of the PlayStation 4, the ability to share, and what Jamie was touching on before about the social connections in the race, only really was that enabled on the PlayStation 4. On the PlayStation 3, it would have been a major challenge to try and integrate that sort of gameplay in such a seamless way. And obviously the power of the PlayStation 4 as well, which is something that obviously people talk about, but it's like we're trying to push it in many different areas which people may not notice. And we've talked a little bit about the physics before. The tire model is extremely advanced. We're doing a whole lot of runtime with the audio to make sure it sounds like the real cars. And then we're also obviously pushing in terms of fidelity as well. The worlds that we're creating are much more dense and detailed than a lot of racing games that you'll see around. We're trying to recreate the real roads and the real locations, so that means having lots of infrastructure and architecture inside that world and making it all look real and convincing. And then on top of that, we're dynamically lighting the game so you can have it at night or day, and that will transition in real time. And none of this is baked in, none of this is fake, this is all real global illumination that we're showing off here. So we're trying to push things on a little bit and kind of show where the driving genre can go in terms of visuals going forwards.
So some ins and outs there behind the development process, the work that they're putting into the game to take it that step above. Certainly it's a key title for Sony. These guys are under pressure to deliver, and I'm sure they're working all hours right now. There'll be some 1080p videos coming up on the channel. Do check those out, as well as all of our Gamescom coverage. Lots of links to that, and you'll be able to find all of that on the channel as well. And lots more Gamescom coverage to come in the coming days, besides some other racing action as well. But that's it from me for now. As ever, more soon.